Hello, welcome to Yoga with Ian. We'll be looking at animal movements, but before we do, please make sure the space you are in is safe. So all the breakables, fragile things, dangerous things, put away, sharp edges of furniture, everything. You need a nice, comfortable space. Good. We'll look at animal movements. Animals move differently from ourselves. Sometimes they're very elegant, sometimes they're very cumbersome, but they're a very different movement. And if we follow the animal movement, it helps us learn a great deal about ourselves. So we'll start with a simple one. Perhaps we'll start with a tiger. Tigers have big paws, don't they? And they're very long, so they tend to move swayingly. So they tend to move like that. Big paddy paws, yes? See if you can move like a tiger. They're very long in the body. They're very elegant, okay? And they have that nice sinewy movement. Good. And then come back for a moment. And you can try different types of cats. You could try a lion. A lion is different. It's much shorter and stockier. Lions tend to walk around a bit more like this. They're still big paddy paws, but they tend to be very much stockier in the chest. So you can try walking like a cat. And maybe you have your own domestic cat and you can walk like one of those. We'll have a look. Here's an interesting one. We'll try lizard. Lizards, they're a little bit odd. So we'll try, you can have very thin lizards which tend to walk like this. When you look on them frontwise, they're thin, they're like this, okay? But then there's other lizards that have their legs out to the sides, so they're more like this. And when they move like that. Big movements, opposite arm, opposite leg, and sometimes they stick their tongue out. Good. Come back. How do you think a gorilla walks or moves? How do gorillas move? Or maybe a chimpanzee. Chimpanzee might be easier. So chimpanzees, how do they move? Chimpanzees, they move like this, don't they? They use their arms in front and they can move over to the side. So they put both hands down, a little bit to the side, and they lift up in the hips. And they do like that. And then they come back. And maybe they can do it quite fast. So they might come across like that. Good. Let's try something different. A giraffe. How would a giraffe walk? We'll try it. So giraffes, very long and elegant in the legs, aren't they? So really long and elegant. So tiptoes. See if you can walk on tiptoes. And fingertips. So very long in the legs. Giraffes have enormously long legs, so rising up tall onto the tiptoes. Good. And coming back down. We'll try something different. Do you know what this one is? It's a flamingo, isn't it? How do flamingos work? So let's see if we can pretend we're a flamingo trying to fold down to eat things in the water, eating shrimps. Good. Ooh. Let's see if we can do the other leg, shall we? Stand on one leg. Good. And we'll use our hand as the beak. So you'll lean over and see if you can keep standing on one leg. Whoops. It's difficult, isn't it? I'm falling over. Let's give it another go. Try and stand with the one leg. Use the hand as the beak. And see if you can come down to pick shrimps off of the floor. Good. And come back up. Another one we can try. Ducks. How do ducks walk? They sort of waddle, don't they? So this is a duck walk. Can you do a duck walk? Stepping forward, one hand on each knee. And waddling across. Good. And come back to center. Let's see if we can do a shark. How could we do a shark? Well, we could do a hammerhead shark. We could do it by lying down, hands against the back of our head, and pretend we're swimming like that. Good. Here's an easy one. You guess what this is. If you can't guess, I'll give you a clue. It's a crab. So if we're going to do it really well, maybe we ought to lift up high in the middle. So we're really high up, like that. Good. And come back. If you have somebody else with you, I don't, you can try different things with them. You could try, if there's one of you small and the other is big, having one of you sat on the other and pretending to be an octopus with 8 legs. Yes? And another one you might try. You could try looking at being a millipede or a centipede, holding on to each other. So walking along in a long line, holding on to the ankles so that you turn into a long line. And maybe the smallest person in the house can be the head of the millipede or the centipede. There are lots of other animals you could do. You could jump like a frog. Before I go, we'll do one last one. And you see if you know what it is. I gave you a bit of a clue with the frog, but it's not quite the same. What do you think that is? It's a kangaroo. It's just a little bit of light fun, and hopefully it'll give you a few ideas for things to do for yourself at home, behaving like other animals, maybe being like a caterpillar, and maybe if you tried being a caterpillar you could then turn into a butterfly. Something to think about. Plenty of animals you can copy. Inhale, sweep the arms up high, palms come together, fall to the ground. Exhale, hands down through to the heart center. The life in me recognizes the life in you as one. Namaste.